Sneak peek mechanic is not guaranteed, and I highly recommend you watch this video before you do the sneak peek campaign. This sneak peek event will last for just 1 week, so make use of it as much as you can. And I'm hoping this campaign comes back frequently in the future because it is really good. Why is it really good? Well, previously, if there was one card that you really wanted, the chance of you getting that one card was 1 in 5, 20%. But during this sneak peek campaign, if sneak peek activates, you have a 40% chance of getting that card. Why 40%? I'll explain at the end of the video. It doesn't really change how you wonder pick, but there is something that will change the way you wonder pick compared to before. Let's take a look at how this mechanic works first. When you decide to proceed with a wonder pick, you cannot go back. It will go through and give you the usual animation. But if you're lucky enough, and this is not guaranteed, you may not see this. Now, if you're lucky enough to get sneak peek, then you can choose a card, whichever card you want. So here we choose the bottom right and then press take a peek. You get to see what's behind that card and decide whether you want to keep it. And if you don't, in this case you don't, then you simply choose another card. In this case, we choose the bottom left and we got what we wanted, a 4-diamond Wog Trio. Unfortunately, you may not see this text at all. I've already seen numerous people getting confused about why they didn't get a sneak peek. They only got the regular animation, the regular choices. Now, I've spoke to Rainenex at Dataminer and they weren't too sure, but they didn't seem to have found any numbers in the datamine that tell us how likely the sneak peek is to proc. Which is why we now need your help to collect data to understand how likely sneak peek is to happen. Our preliminary data from Discord suggests somewhere around 50% chance of sneak peeking happening, but we don't know for sure, we don't have enough data, and is the chance of you sneak peeking a pack that has a 2-star worse than say a pack that doesn't have 2-star, maybe it only has 1 star or 4 diamond or only 2 or 3 diamonds. And the way you can help is by filling out this form called the Sneak Peek Research. I'll leave a link in the description and the comment section below. It's a very simple form. All you have to do is put your name, ideally your Discord name, so I can find you if there's an error in your data, but it doesn't really matter. And tell us what is the highest rarity of cards in that wonder pick that you're about to open. Now make sure you fill out this form whether or not you get a sneak peek, because we need to have an accurate rate. If you only tell me when you get a sneak peek, we're gonna have a very inaccurate result. And simply whether you actually got a sneak peek, yes or no. The more data we get on this, the better, because it'll help us with any future events if and when sneak peek returns. If you were wondering whether you can trick the game into giving you sneak peek by closing the game, restarting the game, if you didn't get a sneak peek, unfortunately, you will get this error message. Basically telling you that the game has randomly picked one of the 5 cards for you, whether or not there was a sneak peek. You can no longer restart the game after entering the wonder pick, but before picking a card. So what I mean by that is, if this is the wonder pick and you press OK, at this point your stamina is already consumed. Previously, if you restarted your game for whatever reason at this screen, you'll get your stamina back and the game wouldn't have picked anything for you. Now, if you didn't get sneak peek, that's not a problem, because there's a 1 in 5 chance of you getting what you want anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's really just an illusion of choice. However, it does matter if you got the sneak peek, because whether or not you did the sneak peek, if you close your game, the game will just still randomly pick 1 of 5 cards for you when you could have had 40% chance of getting the correct card. You're now back to 20%. So make sure you don't close the game once you start your wonder pick, especially during any sneak peek events. Now, I actually don't know for sure when they changed this mechanic. It could have happened before this event, or maybe it's specifically only during sneak peek campaigns so that we can't rig the system. Now, if you happen to get sneak peek, which again is not guaranteed, and you open a card and it's not the card you want, there's now a 1 in 4 chance of you getting the card you want, because there's only 4 remaining cards. But of course, there was a chance that the very first card you picked was already the card that you wanted, which was 1 in 5. So if there's a 1 in 5 chance of you getting what you want, plus 4 out of 5 other times you'll have a 1 in 4 chance of getting what you want, the total odds would be 40%. But then factor in the chance of sneak peek actually triggering if we assume it's something like 50%. Unfortunately, the odds do reduce down to 30% overall to get one card that you want out of a pack of 5. Of course, the odds would improve if there are more than one card that you want in that wonder pick. So no, this is not a Monty Hall problem. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and submit your data into the Google form I'll link in the description and the comment section below.